Hey everyone. I do apologize for being. Let me get my chair right. Whew. Get my chair right and everything. Hello everyone. How are you doing? Today is Wonderful Tuesday. How has your day been? Come in, have a seat, make yourself at home. I'm glad that you can join me. How was your day? Let's talk about that. How was your day? So we are going to jump right on in. Again, come in, make yourself at home. This is Say It Larry J Live, and I am your host. So, um, I was gonna throw this in, but I guess I'll just throw that. I'm trying to understand before I jump into strategic planning. I was happening to go to look through something at my email, and I was looking at Texas was trying to ask the Supreme Court to make the election void. How you make the election void? This is not Burger King where you order a burger, fries, and a drink, and then the manager come and say, "Oh no, sweetheart, you have to actually void that out. You have to just give them a number one combo. That's a number one combo. This is not Burger King. This is a different level." Excuse me, I'll be right back. Let me go talk with the press. Now, how you just gonna get up from the camera? Well, how you just gonna get up from the camera as if you're not even live? I'm live. It's live. Yes, it's live. So we are going to get into talking about strategic planning. Probably like, okay, how's he going to my strategic planning, strategizing your moves? Strategize is defined as to make a plan. An example of strategize is to figure out a plan, how to win the game. Another word for strategize is just to determine strategies to expand and how the company go. And just you making a plan, you're trying to figure out what you want to do. And everybody in life be trying to have a plan. Some people don't have a plan. Some people just wandering around like Waldo, wandering around on the yellow brick road to the Wizard of Oz. I mean, that's pretty much how that is. So strategic planning, one of the most important things with strategic planning, you want get my glasses. You want to make yourself get in a quiet place. That way you can hear yourself think. Hear yourself think. I can hear myself think. No, some of you can't. Some of you cannot hear yourself think because the first thing that most people do when they walk in the house, what do? They grab the remote and turn on the television. Why does the television have to be on when you going straight to the room? Because many times people like it's just better to hear the noise. That way you hear the noise, you don't have to hear yourself. I've been sitting in quiet places, and if I'm around certain people and some people come in, it just agitates them. Like, why does it agitate you so bad? Riding in the car is quietness. I can't ride in the car with quietness. I have to have on music. Why? So it just does something, but it's that most quiet place that you get in that you actually find out and discover what you're supposed to be doing and what you want to do. As for me, I have a prayer life. So I love getting in the quiet moments. I love spending my time with God and praying. So I know what moves and what I'm supposed to do and for it to be revealed to me my purpose for life so I don't go on Elm Street when I'm supposed to be going on Beverly Hills Street. It's the difference. Because then I'm going on Elm Street thinking that, oh, that's part of my destiny. When no, that can cause me to actually get knocked off or thrown off my destiny. So quietness will tell you, and then many times people don't like to be in quietness because see, quietness will reveal to you about your ugly self. Quietness will reveal to you that you nasty. You're an asshole. You're nasty. And so many people they don't like that part about them where they have to reveal out my personality. Mirror. Oh, the mirror showed me, you know what? I'm sitting in my quietness. The mirror really revealed I really am ugly. Yeah, she said, "You's ugly. You's ugly." And that's what sometimes our quietness reveal to ourselves. So when you talk about strategic planning, because see, many times we like to just get there. You want $1 million, you just want to get there. But you want $1 million, you don't have no discipline with money. Every new shoe that come out, you like to be the one that buy it first. Every iPhone come out, you like to be the one. But you don't have no discipline with money. You don't respect money. Money has to be respected before it comes to each of us. That's why that place in our quiet zone, the quiet place, reveals how ugly we are and helps sharpen us, develop us, so we can get to that place that we want to be in. That's why many times we can't hear clearly when we supposed to be going in left, right, but then we go left because we got so much noise going on. We got the music pump, 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 all in our ears. So we just got a bunch of noise in our ears. We just got the television on, it's blasting on 50, like we can't hear. It's playing for the whole community to hear on the outside. You can't really think of how to strategically plan and strategize your moves. There's too much noise. You gotta shut up. Shut up. You gotta shut up and get in some quietness. Well, I shouldn't have said shut up. You have to be quiet. But in Ephesus, you got to shut up. Because quietness is very important to the moves that you make in your career, especially when you want to strategize. And when you get in that place of quietness, you will start to hear your thoughts clearly. Some will say their inner man. I say my inner man, the Holy Spirit, the Lord is speaking to me. And so we will actually start to hear very clearly those the whisper. For me, it's the whisper of the Lord that I'm praying and asking Him, what is my next step? What direction should I go in next? Because I don't want to make a wrong move because I like to make a wrong move and step off a cliff like some people do. Some people just make the wrong move and they step off and just step off the cliff. Just step off the cliff because they make the wrong move. You have to know how to make the right move. Like I would give you an example with strategic planning. For example, when I used to work in banking, I had just graduated. I wonder, should I give the high school? I'll give the career one because some of us need to sharpen our careers. So I started off in banking and I first started off and I actually came in as a teller, but I was doing okay as a teller. It just coming in. I got into the drive like everybody else. Just go to work, got a job, go home. Next day, go to work, got a job, go home, and so forth. But when we think about businesses actually strategically plan every move they make. So I started taking notes. The light bulb, oh. So I said, I don't just want to be a teller anymore. I want to go into management. So that required, because I had performance reviews with my manager, so that required me having a performance review. So during my performance review, what my manager would do was give me some feedback, coaching. You might want to improve on your sales tactics. You want to look at more open-ended questions, not closed-ended questions. And she would give me the reference to read up on those things to actually sharpen my skill set. So you want to also improve on your operational guidelines, being more familiar with them. So with me, I will go in there. I had learned to go in there with a notepad. So this is constructive criticism, things that we don't like to take. And see, this is what, let me pause right here, because see, when she was going over me improving my sales goals, me improving operational. Now, some people just, I don't need to improve my sales goals. I know how to sell. I know how to talk to them folks. I don't need to improve on operational. She just bitter. He just bitter. They don't have nothing to do. But at the moment, my performance did not lie, because I can easily pull up my performance. She was just going over my performance, and we were doing my performance review over assessing my performance and me conducting myself. So when the role turned, the table turned, what is it from me that you expect from to give to you as your manager? So I stated I want to go into management. So she said, oh, okay. So going into management required, you can no longer do the mediocre stuff. You have to actually be the leader. Leader, like some people don't know how to be the leader. Some people don't know how to lead the country like they should. They don't know how to be the leader. You have to lead by example. That's why some people that are put in leadership, you have to lead by example. When people just stamped and stomped and placed in the role, and then they just make a hot mess, you get to see. So I started taking notes. So one thing she said, you want to be the highest salesperson. You want to know your operation guidelines like the back of your hand. So I started taking notes, and immediately I start working on these things. You want to be able to coach and develop your associates. You want to exemplify leadership. You want to have influence over your peers to where they listen to you. We want to see you facilitate the meetings. We want to see you coach and develop and train other new incoming associates that are. So I wrote those things down, and every time we had a meeting, I raised my hand. Every time someone new came, I raised my hand to train them. And those were things that I exemplified because I wanted to be in a manager role. So what I did start doing, because I knew I want to be in certain locations. So I started mapping out the locations, doing homework research, doing research over the companies of that location, seeing what their numbers were, seeing how they was doing on their audit, seeing how they was doing with their guidelines. So it told me, okay, how can I get there? If this is a bigger level branch, how can I get there? So how I would actually get there, I would volunteer to go to other branches. That way I would get my name out there. Because see, now I'm branding. Because everyone knew who I was, because I was the number one seller in the region and in the market. So everyone knew who I was. So I would go out there. Oh, yes, I'll volunteer. Now, I wasn't getting paid no extra money. And see, this is the lesson in that. Just because you're not getting paid extra money, you have to see the bigger picture, especially if you're strategizing for yourself. Okay, I wouldn't get no extra money. I was just going volunteer. But the bigger picture was I was branding my name. Other managers and market leaders were getting familiar with me. They knew who I was. Even on some of our exec calls, I was actually leading some of those calls. So for those of you that say, "Oh, that ain't my job, that ain't in my lane, I don't have to do that," go ask them. But you saying you want to be a manager. You suck at being a manager. You don't even want to. That ain't my role. That ain't my lane. Go ask them. I don't feel like doing it. They not paying me any more money. See, you have to strategize. See, all strategies does not include you getting a pay raise. Sometimes you strategize because sometimes what will happen, you will end up getting placed in the role because you being cross-trained, you being open, you're being flexible. So those were things that I actually implemented in my life when I actually started strategically planning to move into that management role. And guess what? Once I got in the role immediately as I got in the role, I started making a list of things that I need to be familiar with, things that I need to actually do for my team, things that I need to actually do for this branch as well, things that I actually need to do for my next level of promotion. But you just got the job. I know. That's called strategic planning. Businesses do not stop when they make one landmark. They just keep going and going and going and going and going and going and going. So those are things, especially with us, those are things that I implemented in my life when it came to just strategic planning, writing down my goals. If I have small goals, I write down what is it? Little bullet points to execute on things on how to get to those small goals. If I have long-term goals, which many times I can actually set unrealistic goals and meet them. And I set these unrealistic goals because it pushes me and strives for me to be and do what I want to do. If you don't like your life, change it. If you don't like the picture, tear it up, throw it in the trash, get you another sheet of paper out, and do it all over again. Paint you a different picture. After all, you the artist. So, just this little lesson, we're in December of the 8th of 2020. We are now coming around that curve, coming into January of 2021. It's time out for those New Year's resolutions. You know what? I'm going to start me a business in one day, and it's going to be prospering the next day. What's your marketing plan? What's your business plan? Who is your clientele? Have you went and got the material that you're looking for? Have you went and looked at the building? Have you went and looked at the location? Do you have the capital? Do you have the operating head budget? Do you know who you want to hire? So you want to plan out. So this is the time for us to be strategizing on what goals that we want to execute on and start walking towards those goals in 2021. This is the time to be strategizing. Don't wait till New Year's Eve and New Year's Day and be like, ooh, it's 2021. I'm gonna write down all my goals, all my vision. I'm gonna just start. You want to get into your quiet place. Because you get into your quiet place, you start to come in more contact of who you are. See, some people don't know who they are. That's why some people be all over the place. You in customer service, you hate customers, you don't need to be there. You in warehousing, you tearing up the folks stuff. You don't need to be there. You need to be in customer service. You're in these people restaurants. You burning up the stuff in the restaurant. You going off on the customers. You done set the restaurant on fire. You don't need to be there. You know why? Because you may supposed to be selling insurance or in sales. You in sales. You hate sales. You don't like the people, and you just what, F-bomb them all. So now that's not where you're supposed to be. You have to determine those things. See, like with me, I know I am a mouthpiece. I know I love to talk. Not only do I love to talk, I like to educate people. How I align myself, because I have a teaching background. I have a business background. So I teach those things which I am passionate about. Career development. How do you have interviews? What do you see yourself 5 to 10 years from now? What do you know about us as the company? I can answer those questions, but I'm not going to do it on this live because this live is not about mock interviews, which I will be doing a live on that. So those are things. So I try to put myself in line with my personality, what I enjoy doing, because I don't just want to just be getting up, oh, I got to go to work. You know how you be around people and they say, oh, I guess I'll see you later because I got to get ready and go to this job in a few minutes. Running out of breath. I'm going to have to get me some. I sure don't want to work. I sure don't. I show. No, the live is not messing up either. I sure don't feel like going to work today. I gotta go be bothered with these people. All they do is complain, complain, complain. And that's all you do is complain, 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 complain. You can't strategically plan when you just complaining about everything. You just nagging. Everything just wrong with you. They pay you more money. You ask for more money. They pay you more money. There you go, complaining, complaining, complaining. Then I'm just gonna quit. I'm just gonna leave. They pay you more money. You still complain. You just unhappy and old bitter thing. Just go sit down. See, this is where this quietness come in. Because see, this quietness will reveal to you, you just bitter and unhappy. What are you gonna do about it? Maybe you might need to console someone. Maybe you might need to talk to a counselor about how bitter and unhappy you are about life. Why are you bitter and happy about life? Maybe because there's some poor decisions that you made. Maybe you went down the wrong road and you shouldn't have went down the road you were supposed to go up. See, this is where this quietness comes. Because see, this quietness will uproot a lot of things from you. And you be like, man, this is painful. It need to be painful. You say you want to be a millionaire. You say you want to be a billionaire. Learn how to discipline yourself with budgeting money. Just because you got the money, don't mean you just go out to the mall and you just blow things. Okay, I like investing. So guess what? Investing is not a get quick rich scheme. It takes time. So therefore, since it takes time, it teaches you patience. Because you just can't just get the money when you want to. You have to fall in sync with the stock market. So it teaches us patience. Some people don't want to learn, but I just ain't got the patience to do that. I just ain't got the patience. And see, that is why you are where you are, because you just don't have the patience to do nothing. Just shut up and just sit down and just deal with yourself. People don't like to deal with themselves. You impatient, you rude, you bitter, you're nasty, you're ugly, and everything else. You have to sit down. You have to sit down and deal with the bitterness, impatient, ugly, you rude and nasty, and everything else. You have to deal with all of that stuff. And all this stuff will uproot up out of you in your quietness. But that's the whole premise of turning on the TV and blasting it. We don't like to deal with ourselves. We are not no pretty people. So on that note, yes, strategize your 2021. Get in that quiet place so you can hear your inner thoughts, even if it is to deal with our ugly selves. Because dealing with our ugly selves will help us to grow and develop and be able to go to that next level, which we stride and pride ourselves on getting to. I don't have to go. I just bust the window out. And you know what happened when you just bust the windows out of places you're not supposed to go in next? The alarm will go off and then you end up in jail. Now you back to being bitter, ugly, and nasty. Because you trying to bust your way. No, you sit there and take it and learn the lesson. So on that note, I hope everyone enjoyed this segment for today because I'm trying not to be so long-winded about strategic planning. I could go on and on and on about strategic planning. Get you a notebook. Go to Walmart. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Hmm. Go whatever your preference is. I'm not trying to market Walmart. Walmart is not paying me to market them. See, when I start marketing people, especially if I start to get more people, you're gonna have to pay me to market your name, to say your name, say my name, say my name. You're gonna have to pay me for that. So to where your preference, if you choose to buy a notebook, I try to buy like them little fancy portfolio books. I may get me a nice little notebook or something like that because it also edifies value. The book itself, because you are putting your valuable treasure, which are your inner thoughts on what you to develop on and what you should execute on to get to your short-term goal and your long-term goal. So really the book itself is valuable. So you have to treat yourself as valuable. Don't just go to the no. I mean, I'm gonna just go to the dollar store and get me some 50-cent notebook. No, you want to invest on you a notebook or a portfolio book. Write down your thoughts. Then not only write down your thoughts, execute on them. Execute me, do them. Nike just said, just do it. And I just gave Nike some more credit. Nike, if y'all out there, y'all make sure y'all cut me a check for just using y'all, okay? Which I think I may invest in Nike. And when I start investing in some of these things, I'm going to be also asking, really, you're going to hear me mostly, yeah, I may market them because I want you to have my stock go up. You don't care, since you don't care about the stock market, since some of y'all don't care about the stock, some of y'all don't care about valuing your money, you want to blow $300 on some shoes anyway. Okay, you just help me get more wealthy. That's it. So, on this note, I hope you all had a wonderful Tuesday and I hope you continue to enjoy your night. Thank you for choosing to stop by and make yourself at home and listen to Said Larry J. And I am Larry J. So, please be so kind to actually hit that like button. Share it with some friends so they can hear it. Get some motivation, some inspiration, some laughter for your soul. Laughter is good for your soul. And be empowered and educated. So until our next live, which I'm trying to decide. Like he always say he gonna say bye, and then he start off at another conversation. Oh yes, I'm good at that. I'm trying to decide whether I want to do mock interviews Thursday. I mean, but we shall see. I may start off we shall see. Because I think a mock interview would do very well. Because some people don't know how to interview. They really think they do. Or should I go in the dress codes of going into an interview, going into a job just because the job, oh, you could just casual and you come in with PJs on. Right. But anyway, I hope you all enjoy your Tuesday. Thank you for choosing and coming in to see what Said Larry J is about to say. So until next time, you all enjoy your night and have a great one.